everyone, it is Jess here, and today I'm going to show you how I made these super cute little gift tags. So Katie lent me this Kaisercraft stamp and die set that is called Homemade, and I originally made it just for anything, but then I decided actually I wanted to make it Christmas themed. So I'm going ahead and cutting the card base. So I'm using 6x6 paper that I'm cutting down to size, and as you can see I'm cutting it at 2 5/8 and 5.5. So 2 5/8 by 5.5. I think that's right, sorry. And then I'm finding a corresponding matching color for the two different pattern papers. I'm making 4 cards at once here, 4 gift tags at once. So by doing that, I am unfortunately making this video a little bit longer than necessary, but I'm getting it all done in a big, factory line, Congress line. So that's how they're going to have this little red that goes in on top. And then again, I'm going to get a matching color in for the other patterned paper. So it just depends on how many of these you want to make. For me, it made sense to at least make 2, because using 6x6 papers, 2 of those cut out made the, and don't throw away your scraps, you use all your scraps, made the base of the card. And then this 4x6 paper pad, again, 2 of those made the next layer, the mat of the card. Then I'm just cutting a little scrap of white that I'm going to use my stamping on, and every single scrap you've got here you basically need to use. So the little scraps of the coloured cardstock, you're going to cut little scallop circles, and you're going to do that in all 4 of your colours. And then you will actually need another piece of 6x6 pattern paper in the same to cut a really large scallop circle. You didn't have obviously enough scrap to do that, but you barely had any left over of your original pattern paper anyway, so you've already used all of that anyway. There are no I kind of just made this up. There were no specific measurements or anything like that. I just eyeballed the approximate size that I needed to mat the tag that I'm making, the gift tag that I'm making. So the pattern paper is going to be sort of the main base of your tag. I apologize. Watching this video, I can see a fly that's like buzzing backwards and forwards in front of the bright lights. So hopefully it's gone away now. I'm sorry for that. Nope, there it is. So I'm doing all 4 different sentiments just for fun. I just wanted to have a little play. So I am putting all of them on and stamping them all at once just because I can. Why not? So I will go through and just say the sizes of everything, because I know I didn't really explain that before. So the base that you're cutting out in patterned paper is 5.5 inches by 2 5/8 inches. And then when I turn it into a tag using my WRMK tag tool, I cut it at 1/2 inch, so a little 1/2 inch triangle off each side. Then that coloured mat that I have done in both yellow and red, that was 4.5 inches by 2 1/4 inches. For every single tag, you need an approximate piece of white cardstock that is 2 inches by 1 1/4 inches, and that's what you're stamping your sentiment on. The large scallop circle is 2 3/4, and then the smaller scallop circle is 1 3/4. So I will definitely write that down below, but I can absolutely send you that info if you need it. So here I am using my We Are Memory Keepers tag attachment, and I'm cutting these little triangles off the edge at 1/2 inch. So they were all the measurements. So I hope that helped you and you could quickly write them down or something if you wanted to replicate these yourself. But also, check down below. I'll definitely have it written down there. So my tags are done. All my stamping is done. You will have noticed that I used the super cute mixer bowl thing that had the die that cut those out as well. Unfortunately, the green I used was not a great choice. I didn't have the right colored green, and I thought this green would be okay, but when you see it all together, it's kind of a bit off, but I can't do much about that now. So I'm going to go ahead actually and adhere all of the mats, all of the sentiments, and all of the scallop circles, because they can all be adhered flat straight to the page, as you can see. So now that they are all adhered together, I need to do some foam on the rest. So I'm going to pop some foam on the back of my mixers, of my cake mixers, and they're going to pop up on foam on top of the little scallops. And then I'm going to put the little scallop circles on foam before I adhere them to the whole tag. So foam onto the mixing bowls and then foam onto the back of the circles as well. And as I said, it's a bit of a factory line for me at the moment, making 4 in a row, but I do find it's a little bit quicker to work that way. Now, those of you that watch my videos, you'll know I have these massive rolls of foam in every conceivable color that I just buy for like $2 from a cheap craft shop, and I just use that for a lot of different things. The only thing that gets me a problem is that one side is that beautiful glitter, which is perfect when you're die cutting it to make your own thickers or to make decorations, but it doesn't adhere so well. Sometimes I've even been known to spend time and actually scratch the glitter off so I know it's going to adhere better, but usually it's fine, and I'll often even just double it up with a little bit of glue as well as the double-sided tape. So now I'm going to pop each of those foam circles on as well, and we're almost finished. So I've gone ahead and cut 4 bits of ribbon in bright beautiful red, and I'm going to attach those onto each of my tags. Depending on the paper you use, you may want to reinforce your circles. If you're super keen-eyed, you'll notice I tore that one a little bit. So I do go back actually and add a little bit of tape to it just because I want to neaten it up a bit. But you could absolutely use those reinforcing rings to make sure that that doesn't happen to you as well. Once these are all done, I then trim down the ribbon, and they're ready to go. The good thing about the cardstock I use this time, the pattern paper I use this time, is it's actually white on the back, so it's much easier to write on if you want to. If you just want to write a little name, there's heaps of room in between the sentiment and when the circle starts. But if you actually want to write a whole message, there's room on the back now to do that. And you can add that to your little homemade cookies that you're passing on to your neighbours next door. So there we go, done. So there are the 2 I made using the Pink Fresh Let's Stay Home collection. And then I have, of course, made the 4 in the Christmas Base collection. The pattern paper is from the Reject Shop, and it is an Aussie Christmas patterned paper. Can't 100% remember what it's called, just Aussie Christmas, I think. But it was super cute when I saw it, and I just had to get it because of all the platypuses and koalas and other Christmas feeling things for Australia specifically. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.